better watch out if your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me, and he gets claws real big, pissed off quick, and if you cross him you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score, never getting bored, loves the blood and gore, always wanting more, feeding from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness, torn apart quick, you left scars ripped, you'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Welcome everyone to Monday Night Raw, and we got a stacked edition of Raw here tonight as we are just a couple of days away from Clash at the Castle this Sunday. We are about to witness the in-ring debut of the Wyatt family, Joe Gacy. Gacy making his debut back at Money in the Bank, attacking his opponent here tonight backstage, which caused the distraction for Seth Rollins, which allowed the leader of the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt, to take advantage and beat Seth Rollins with that distraction. Gacy coming out here alone, no Uncle Howdy, no Bray Wyatt with him, it's just Joe Gacy alone, making his in-ring debut, of course, as I mentioned, at Money in the Bank, made his debut attacking his opponent here tonight. The man from the Black and Brave Wrestling Academy that Seth Rollins brought in with him to watch his back against the Wyatt family. Also making his in-ring debut here tonight on Raw, it is Nathan Frazer, an exciting young athlete, a high flyer. He's someone to keep our eyes on here on Raw. He's going to be a future star. So is Joe Gacy. And Seth letting Frazer come out here alone. Like I mentioned, Frazer was brought in to watch Seth's back against the Wyatt family at Money in the Bank. Gacy making his debut, revealing himself to be the newest member of the Wyatt family, attacked Nathan Frazer. The video played on the screen, distracting Seth Rollins, which allowed Bray Wyatt to get the win, but that was at Money in the Bank, and now here tonight. Finally cleared to wrestle after that attack. It is Nathan Frazer going up against Joe Gacy. As we are underway, and you got to wonder, Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy probably ain't too far away. And if they do show up, you got to believe Seth Rollins would have Frazer's back. As now Frazer up to the top rope, looks for a big dropkick, takes down Gacy, goes for the cover now. Frazer, only a 1 count. Gacy powering off. Frazer going after Gacy, trying to get that revenge. As I mentioned, springboard moonsault connects, takes down Joe Gacy. Irish whip sends Joe into the corner. Chop blocks, big boot to the midsection now by Gacy. Right hands to the head of Nathan Frazer. Gacy, big backbreaker. The power of Joe Gacy. Now that elbow drop right across the chest of Nathan Frazer. Gacy in control, working the arm now, just stomping away the hand, the wrist of Nathan Frazer, looking to break it. Is Gacy here? Now Joe Gacy, big forearm stunts Frazer up against the ropes, Irish whip. Gacy missing with the grapple. That's allowed Frazer to gain control, but Gacy once again powering him up, and throat first across the top rope goes Nathan Frazer, covered by Joe Gacy. Gacy now just taunting Nathan Frazer, but Frazer fighting back. Drop kick takes down Joe Gacy now. Nathan Frazer has the momentum now here. Jawbreaker, looking to put away Joe Gacy now is Nathan Frazer. Fisherman neckbreaker connects. Gacy in trouble here. I spoke too soon. Gacy with the roll up. Is he going to steal it here? 1 count. Fraser able to get out. Missing with the lariat does Gacy. Now Nathan Fraser looking to set Gacy up against the ropes here. Irish whip reversed by Joe Gacy. Fraser out the back, rolls through. Head scissors, takedown, nipping up into the drop kick. And that's the high flying ability, the athleticism of Nathan Fraser, one of the best flyers in the business today. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. And Nathan Fraser thought he had done enough to put away Gacy, but Joe Gacy at the count of 2 kicking out. And a big knee strike on the elbow. As Joe Gacy rolls to the floor, Nathan Fraser setting him up. Tope over the top. Now the standing moonsault missing. And clothesline takes down Nathan Fraser. Gacy rolling back into the ring. Snapmare. And the elbow to the point of the head of Nathan Fraser. Now it's Fraser rolling through. 1 count. And a big standing Spanish fly by Fraser. And Fraser looking to go up top, but Gacy there to cut him off. But Fraser still hits that Hurricane Rana. Standing shooting star. Joe Gacy in a lot of trouble here. Nathan Fraser rolling him over. What's Fraser going for here? Knee DT connecting. That just jamming the knee of Joe Gacy into the mat here. Nathan Fraser now again. Irish whip sends Gacy off the rope. Drop kick connecting. And again into the corner goes Joe Gacy. Fraser setting Gacy up. Boot. Sends Fraser reeling. Irish whip now. Sleeping under. And a back elbow from Joe Gacy right on the chin. And again, instead of sticking on him, Gacy going for the mind games. But Fraser, DDT. Now Nathan Fraser on the top rope. Big frog splash halfway across the ring. 1, 2. And Joe Gacy somehow kicks out. Fraser can't believe it. He thought he was about to pick up a debut win here on Raw. Fraser up top. Phoenix Splash. 1, 2, 3. And Nathan Fraser gets the win over Joe Gacy. Payback for the attack on Money in the Bank. The Phoenix Splash. 1, 2, 3. Bray Wyatt is not going to be happy about that. Joe Gacy losing for the Wyatt family. But a big impressive victory here on his Raw debut for Nathan Fraser. What a win that is. Seth Rollins going to be happy that his student picked up the win here. Cody Rhodes saying he thought he was finished with the Judgment Day. But after the attack from Damian Priest, if the Judgment Day want to fight, they will get it. He'll see Damian Priest at Clash at the Castle. So Clash at the Castle, it will be Rhodes versus Priest. And speaking of the Judgment Day and Clash at the Castle, after the vicious attacks over the last couple of weeks, it has been made official by Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Raw Women's Championship will be on the line as Charlotte Flair defends against the Eradicator of the Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley, in a tables match. And speaking of the Raw Women's division, here comes Ivy Nile. I believe our first time seeing Nile in action here on Monday nights. She's got a chance to pick up a big win here. You know, we're speaking about Charlotte Flair defending that Raw Women's Championship at Clash at the Castle this Sunday. Well, the woman, Charlotte Flair, to beat in that, well, I guess, tournament final back at SummerSlam.
From Queens, New York.
It is Queen Zelina Vega. Of course, Zelina won a Fatal 4-Way to advance to SummerSlam. Flair won a Fatal 4-Way. Those two met one-on-one, and it was Charlotte Flair who did walk out with that Raw Women's Championship. And we have not seen Zelina since SummerSlam. So Zelina back here tonight looking to get back into contention for that championship that Charlotte Flair beat her for. Of course, it was vacant at the time. But Zelina wants to get back into that title picture. She wants to get back into that title scene. And she could do it with a win over Ivy Nile tonight. But what could that do for the career of Ivy Nile? I mentioned we haven't seen Nile in action on Raw yet. What could that do for her and her career if she was to pick up a win over Zelina Vega, someone who was in contention for that title and a former challenger for that Women's Championship? That could elevate Ivy up the rankings here as Zelina quickly gains advantage with that back elbow. But Ivy Nile looking to work the arm now. Those kicks to the leg and now to the midsection. Just takes down Vega. And a big right hand Ivy Nile now. Big lariat drops Zelina Vega. But Zelina using her speed, her quickness with that arm drag. And big knee strike to the nose of Ivy Nile. Could easily broke a bone. But Nile again fights back. Looking for that snap suplex, sends Zelina Vega down. The big elbow. Now Ivy following Zelina out to the floor. Vega in control now, those forearms rocking Ivy Nile, and now Zelina gets back into the ring. Here comes Ivy Nile, but gets caught by Zelina. Big forearm to the back and another one. Now Zelina Vega with the Irish whip sends Nile off the ropes. Zelina ducking under, leapfrog, drop kick. Not very effective though, Nile able to block it. Now it's Ivy Nile setting Zelina up against the ropes. Now Ivy with the Irish whip. Nile, Northern Light suplex takes down Zelina. And now the power of Ivy Nile with that suplex, sending Zelina Vega crashing down. Big right hands now from Ivy Nile. She's looking to take out Zelina Vega. Zelina with the leg sweep though, turns it around. And Vega with the neck breaker. But Nile nipping up, gets sent into the corner now to Vega. And big forearm. Now stomping away in the corner is Ivy Nile. Zelina in trouble here. Then crashing to the mat, cover. Only a 1 count. Stomp to the back. Now working the arm. On a big knee strike. And elbow missing. Code breaker from Zelina. Nile trying to get back up, but Zelina in control again. Snap suplex. Nile keeping up, but gets caught with a kick to the knee. Here comes Zelina planting Ivy on her head with that Hurricane Runner. Goes for the cover. That could be a 3 count. 1, 2, and Ivy Nile wisely reaching for the ropes. Great ring awareness from Ivy Nile. Zelina Vega almost had her beat there. Vega, Irish whip sends Nile into the corner now. Big elbow from Nile to turn it around. Ivy suplex sends Zelina crashing to the mat. Ivy looking to put away Zelina Vega here. That dragon sleeper The Dragon locked in, and look at the way Ivy Nile has that locked in. Using, like, putting their arm behind the back to get the better grip. But Vega able to get her knees up and break it. Now leapfrog from Zelina Vega. Went for the takedown, but Ivy had it scouted. Now Ivy with the takedown of her own. And now Ivy Nile center the ring. What's she going for here? Once again, that Dragon Sleeper locked in. Tight, center of the ring. Zelina Vega, no choice but to tap. And it's a big win for Ivy Nile here on Monday Night Raw. As we take a look, I thought Zelina Vega had a one there, but it was the Dragon Sleeper from Ivy Nile that gets the job done. You see Zelina Vega center of the ring, nowhere to go, no choice but to tap out. Otherwise, Ivy would have had her choked out. Big win here tonight over a former challenger for the Raw Women's Championship for Ivy Nile. That's going to do wonders for her in the rankings here. Big victory for Ivy Nile. Stone Cold saying he was impressed with The Miz. The Miz backed it up last week against Kane. We'll give The Miz another match next week on Raw. But we move on to our main event. And what a big match this is. Omos versus the almighty Bobby Lashley. This match comes from the Intercontinental Championship #1 contender Battle Royale we had 2 weeks ago on Raw. Omos, the favourite, of course, to win that. A man of his size, always the favourite to win that Battle Royale. But Bobby Lashley had other intentions, as Lashley was somehow able to pick up Omos and throw him over the top rope. Of course, Omos not happy about that. So we're going to settle it here tonight on Raw. Main event, Omos and Lashley. Of course, that Battle Royal won by Kevin Owens. It will be Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali for the Intercontinental Championship at Clash at the Castle. Of course, earlier tonight we found out Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship in a tables match. And of course, we already know world title will be on the line. Brock Lesnar versus the world champion Gunther. That will be a war. All that plus more to come at Clash at the Castle on Sunday. From the SmackDown side of things, we have Rey Mysterio, John Cena for the WWE Championship. Cedric Alexander defends the United States Championship against Carmelo Hayes. It is going to be a big show. Clash at the Castle Sunday. Do not miss it. But what a main event this is going to be. It's going to be a war. Speaking here in the main event of Raw. Free. Giving this away on TV. This is a match that could main event a pay-per-view. This is a match that could be for a world title someday. The almighty Bobby Lashley, the giant Omos. And we're getting it here tonight, Monday Night Raw. Main event. So, like I said, Lashley in that Intercontinental Championship Battle Royal eliminated Omos. Omos out for revenge. Will he be able to get it, or will the Almighty overcome the Giant? As the referee calls for the bell, your main event is underway. Locking up centered ring, and Omos. Not many people can power Bobby Lashley around like that. And look at Omos letting Lashley know. And Lashley went for the shoulder tackle, but Omos just dropped Lashley. Big boot. Omos in control. One-handed chokeslam. I've never seen Bobby Lashley get dominated like this. Name one other person who's able to do this to Bobby Lashley. And a big elbows from Bobby Lashley, almost pushing him away. And a big elbow. Again, almost just pushing Lashley off him. Lashley not even able to drop, almost with that clothesline. Off the rope, big boot misses. And here comes Lashley, finally knocks the Giant off his feet. But almost again just powering Lashley around the place. Into the corner, just throws him across the ring. Cover. Only a 2 count. Only a 2 count for Omos. Now Lashley back to his feet. Spear into the corner, missing. Knee strike. A stomp on the arm. Big right hands. Sends Omos in complete control. Lashley in trouble. I said it a lot during this match, but I've never seen anyone dominate Bobby Lashley like this. Into the ring he goes. Cover. 1 count. And Lashley in trouble here. Omos just that claw right across the face. Choke slam. And Omos just enjoying this. He's not going for the cover. He's just enjoying it, dishing out the pain onto Lashley. And Bobby Lashley enjoying it. As here comes Omos. Irish whip sends Lashley again. Just catching him. Choke slam. Cover. 1, 2. And somehow Lashley kicking out. Almost can't believe it. I can't believe it. But you can't deny the heart of Bobby Lashley. Now Lashley cover. 1. Lashley needs this. He needs to start fighting, but he's caught. He's caught. He's in trouble. But Lashley breaking the hold. Now Bobby Lashley SEO plants almost on his face. This is what Lashley needs. And for the first time we've seen Omos in a big trouble, and Lashley diving over the top rope. And Bobby Lashley taking it to Omos here on the floor. Right hands. Now into the corner of the table goes Omos. Now Lashley sending Omos into the ring. And Bobby, he's got him up somehow. Dominator. Somehow Bobby Lashley able to hit Dominator. 1, 2. And Omos kicking out. Somehow Bobby Lashley was able to get Omos up for the Dominator splash from Lashley. And for the first time, Omos is vulnerable. Omos is in trouble. It's Bobby Lashley busts open the Giant. Lashley, Omos again, just fighting back. Double choke slam. Lashley hit the bottom turnbuckle on that one. 1, 2. And Lashley somehow again kicking out of it. What a main event matchup this has been on Monday Night Raw between Lashley and Omos. As Omos now powering Lashley up, dropping him across the top rope. Just standing on the midsection, the ribs of Bobby Lashley. Stomping the arm now, Omos. But Lashley back to his feet, clothesline. Ducks under one from Omos, and Bobby Lashley back body drop. And out of spine buster. The strength of Lashley. Can he put away Omos? Turning him over, goes for the cover. 1, 2, and almost kicking out. And now looking for the hurt lock, but almost with the reversal. That double chokeslam once again, dropping Lashley cover. 1, 2, and somehow Bobby Lashley again gets the shoulder up, refusing to stay down. Is Lashley, the Nigerian giant, almost? What has he got to do to put Bobby Lashley away? Again, just holding up, choke slam, center of the ring. Almost not going for the cover, instead he's waiting for Lashley to get back to his feet. Hoisting him up, dropping him. Surely this is it. 1, 2, 3. Big, impressive win here for Omos. What a matchup that was. Let's take a look back at some of these highlights. The strength of Omos. I've not seen anyone throw Bobby Lashley away. Speaking of impressive strength, Lashley somehow picking the giant up for a dominator. Here's that big choke slam. And then what sent Lashley down for the 3 count. The 1, 2, 3 that gave Omos this big victory in tonight's main event of Raw. What a matchup, what a main event, and what a win for Omos. But we are out of time here. Tune in Friday for SmackDown. We'll see you Sunday for Clash at the Castle. But for now, we're out of time. We'll see you then.